Good morning, everybody. I'm Gale Pollack. I was an Army nurse for 36 years. I'll always be an Army nurse, and you need to know that I was so pleased to be with all of you this week. I really felt like I was home again, because I was with men and women that I knew I could trust implicitly. So Taylor and all of our sponsors, David, it's been awesome for me, and I know I listened to other people, and they've been saying the same thing. So can we give a round of applause for our sponsors? Thanks very much. Well, I was an Army nurse. Because our folks were being blown up in Iraq and Afghanistan, I learned that 10 to 13% of all combat injuries involve the eye. And I learned that we didn't have much to offer. As I started looking at vision loss, I realized that our folks that were traumatically blinded were just the tip of an iceberg. And there are about 40 million Americans who struggle every day with various levels of vision loss. How many of you know that vision loss is one of the top 10 disabilities in America, according to the CDC? I have one hand. That's about what I get when I present to nurses and physicians as well. Nobody freaking knows. And when people start to lose their sight, whether it's from trauma or disease, the docs say, "Oh, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do." And they take away people's hope. And I just happen to think that's one of the most evil things anyone can do. The reality is there's a lot we can do, but the information is so disparate that it's really hard for people to get it together. So I founded a company called Elevivo, Elevating Lives, and we're going to be a one-stop source, software as a service, so that people can get that information, and no matter what type of information they need, how to modify their home, how to stay in the workplace and have workplace accommodations, whether or not they want to participate in research or use assistive devices, find out where the training and classes are so they can maintain a high quality of life, tailor it all to them, their disease, and their zip code so they can find it. It'll provide all of the information, so whether you're an individual who wants the information or an insurance company that will use nurse case managers to help, it's available. I've got all of the team except my techie. I admit I'm not a techie, but it's a $50 billion a year problem in the US, and for about $1.5 million, we can make a difference in lives. I'm hoping that some of you will help me. Thanks very much. A couple of different ways. Social networking will be one, but the largest customer will probably be the insurance companies, because when you're visually impaired, you need more other services, so they're very motivated to use it. So if I can connect with the top 25 insurance companies in the US, we'll end up covering about 75% of the nation. The information services will be about visual impairment. So you may be a family member or a friend of someone that wants to help them. So the information would help you to help them as well. Please.
How are you going to populate the data? Where's the information coming from?
About 8 years worth of data collection and learning where all the sources are. I've got networks now with all of the different vision organizations across the country, all of the research coordinators. This has been a long labor, but I'm ready to start to populate the software. Thanks, everybody. And thanks for being nice to Cruiser.